This is the brand new LDRC A86P version 2. At first I thought, hang on, this isn't a new RC car, this was released at some point last year, and I think I said no to reviewing it that time because I didn't like the way it looked and it didn't really perform well. Well, LDRC must have listened to feedback, and now this thing is running a whole list of upgrades which makes it 10 times better, and this time I couldn't resist trying one. They've sent me this to review, and I love mini drift cars here on the channel, so I'm super excited to get this thing out and see how it performs. But before we do that, let's take a look at what we get in the box. In the box you've got a 2S 500 mAh lithium ion battery, a set of LED lights, 4 spare wheels with rubber tyres which were a standard feature on the version 1, you've got some sort of foam transmitter grip and foam for the steering wheel, a screwdriver, couple of decal sheets, a USB charger, wing mirrors and windscreen wipers which you do have to fit yourself, and finally a black and white manual which is basic but good enough to get you up and running. The transmitter does feel a little bit cheap and nasty. You've got 3 buttons on the side, one controls your speed, another one controls your steering rate, and the third and final one controls your pop-up headlights. You don't get any other adjustments on this apart from your steering trim. Now it's time to take a look at the car itself, and first impressions, well, I think it looks great and it's perfect for anyone who is into old school drift cars. I've already fitted the mirrors and the windscreen wipers, and I did have to use some super glue on them because they are a little bit fragile and I found them to be a little bit loose, so I'm hoping they hold up. I love that this thing has got lots of lovely scale details, and compared to the version 1 they've definitely made a lot of changes. They've also decided to paint the body on this one, which they didn't do on the version 1. Very, very nice. Now I do want to apologise, I'm not entirely sure what's happened to the audio on the rest of this video, but I'll make sure it doesn't happen again next time. Next, let's talk about the LED lights then, because I think they're going to be one of the biggest selling points of this little car. Now if we press the channel 3 button, you can see the headlights pop up, and they actually turn off before the lights fully close. I think that is a great little feature. And again, it just adds to all the scale detail that you get with this little car. Now I also tried this out at home in the dark, check this out, and then I took it out into the garden and it looked fantastic. Right, so let's take a quick look under the body. We'll talk about the electronics and the chassis features, and then we'll finally give this thing a run. So electronics wise, this thing has got a 10 amp 2-in-1 ESC and receiver, a 150 sized brush motor, although I think it looks a little bit smaller, but that's what the advert says on Banggood. We've got a 9-gram plastic gear servo controlling our steering, and a micro servo controlling the pop-up lights. The suspension is a basic setup, but it does feel really good. We've got a plastic chassis, metal drive shafts on the rear, as this is a rear-wheel drive car, fully proportional steering and throttle, and the one thing I really like which makes this thing a proper little drift car is all of that steering angle. The full spec is available on the Banggood website, and I will leave a link down below so you can head over and check it out. Now this being the version 2, there have been so many changes, and I've more than likely missed some of those, but don't panic, Run That RC has you covered. Head over to his YouTube channel where you can check out the version 1 and version 2 comparison video where he goes into detail about what has been changed on the version 2. He has a great channel over there, so whilst you're there, make sure you're subscribed and check out some of his other RC videos. It's finally time to see how this performs, so let's do it. Now I've already tested this out indoors earlier on today, and I have to say it did perform really well, but I just wish this little car had a gyro. It just felt a little bit uncontrollable at times, and I think if it did have a gyro, it would just help to tame the handling. But look, we have to remember this thing is less than $50, about £45, and for the price, we really can't complain. Right, so first outdoor test then, let's see how this little thing gets on. This is going to be a little bit different to running indoors. I am running on the low speed setting at the moment. Yeah, it just feels a little bit uncontrollable. I really wish it had a gyro. Just to, just to help you out. It is a lot of fun though. It is a lot of fun. But if you are running on a surface like this, I don't think those plastic wheels are going to last very long. There's a lot more friction out here than there is, on your smooth surfaces indoors. Can't believe I broke off a wing mirror. Great little car, so much fun. And those headlights look great. So much fun. Now, I'm not very good at drifting anyway, and if you've seen my previous drift videos, you'll know that if anything, I probably rely on a gyro now to help me out. So the fact that this thing hasn't got one is probably why I'm not very good. So there we go then guys, what a great little drift car. For the price, I mean, come on, $50, £45. It's an absolute steal, and considering the amount of fun you're going to be having with it, I think it's definitely worth it. Yes, it's not perfect and it's not the best performing thing out there, especially outdoors, but it is a huge amount of fun and definitely one of the best cheap mini drift cars I've featured on the channel. I also love how it looks, and the pop-up lights are an awesome little feature which makes this thing stand out from the crowd. If you're looking for something to have fun with on a rainy day, or maybe on a homemade track with a few friends, this would be the ideal car for that. I will leave a link down below where you can head over to Banggood and check this one out, and make sure you grab one soon, as I think they're going to be really popular this year. Cheers for watching, and let me know what you think of the LDRC A86P down in the comments. See you on the next one. Now if you enjoyed seeing this little drift car in action and you want to check out more, click on one of the videos here to check out even more drift action.